Well, greetings, our dear viewers of the Uganda Catholic Television. I warmly welcome you once again to another edition of the Cente Show. This is a program where we invite officials from the leading faith-based banking institution, that is Centenary Bank, with over 81 branches, over 207 ATMs, and 7,000 banking agents. My name is Joseph Kabale. This is a bank which is serving over 3 million of the banking population in Uganda, and as you may know, we are entering into the Women's Month. This period is committed to celebrating the achievements of women and as well offering a platform to dissect what could be the challenges they are still facing. As we can see, they are not fully participating in the economic development of the country. Among these, this conversation cannot skip the question of financial inclusion. Now, being the leading faith-based banking institution in the country, we invite them to tell us about the programs they are currently undertaking to see that we address this question. In the studios, I've been joined by Prossy Namubiru. She's the manager, youth and women at Centenary Bank. She will be helping us to understand what are the programs the bank is currently undertaking to address the question of financial inclusion and other issues to see that women also fully participate in the economic development of the country. Allow me invite her to greet you, then we shall start right out. You're welcome, Madam Prossy.
Thank you so much, Joseph.
So we are going for a month of celebrating the International Women's Day, and we understand women are still having issues in participating fully in the in the money economy. What do you think could be still the problems disturbing or frustrating women's participation in the financial economy?
Thank you so much, Joseph. Dear viewers, wherever you're watching us from, I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. Thank you for the opportunity inviting me to the Catholic Television. I'm glad to be here speaking about the women matters. The main issues, if we are to look into, for example, the over 3 million customers that we serve at Centenary Bank, the main issues that are affecting the women, like inclusion, financial inclusion at the moment, would look at lack of capital as one of the major challenges. Oftentimes we have women, they want to start businesses, but they start small. And once they start small, it also impacts on whoever is coming in to support them. Because even as we try to solicit for funds, they would want to know, what are you doing? What have you started? So anyone, for example, even if you're to come and borrow from the bank, we want somebody who has started something, at least for 3 months. If you do not start and you simply wait to be given, then that is wrong. So the major impediment at the moment is lack of capital and lack of collateral.
So as the leading banking institution in the country, you're serving over a quarter of the banking population. What have you done? What are some of the programs you're taking?
Thank you so much, Joseph. As Centenary Bank, we look at all the women who strive to put food on the table, all the women out there who are trying to make a difference in the economy of this country and beyond. And we created a program, we call it Cente SupaWoman. It's not only a product, but it is a program, because we look at advancing the betterment, the economic welfare of the woman. So in that program, we look at the women not only opening accounts or getting loans, but we look at empowering a wholesome woman. At Centenary Bank, under that SupaWoman program, we do quite a lot. Apart from the opening of the account is simply a gateway into the other enhancements that are attached or embedded on the program. We do quite a lot for the women. We do train them financially, we give financial education. Are you aware that in this country, there are women who have accounts but cannot even count the money when they come to deposit? So we work an extra journey with them. We tell them, when you invest so much, this is how you'll earn. You need to invest your money in such and such so that you can earn more from your saved income. And these are the kinds of businesses that you can start. We do it once in a while, but we do it at least every quarter. I'll just give an example. Last week alone, I was in Nabiatu, I was in Karenga, I was in Nakapripirit, I was in Butebu, I was in Kibu. And we were empowering women financially. Women out there long to have businesses, but their businesses, they don't know. If I have, say, 100,000 and I start a business, how do I make it bigger? Say, in given 2 years' time, can I make it bigger? So we were there to give them advice. Recording is really key. So leaving alone the small, somebody can, it is okay to start small, but it is not okay to remain small. So we need to grow our businesses to bigger levels, and that is where Centenary Bank comes in, to help you scale your business to a bigger level.
So speaking about this Cente SupaWoman program, what is it really aiming at addressing?
Thank you so much. Cente SupaWoman is looking at that woman who is struggling, who is already somewhere and needs to be elevated from one level to another. That is the kind of woman we are here for, to say, come, we want to walk a journey with you. We want to handhold you. We want, through this SupaWoman program, we want to make you better. We want to make your businesses known and prosperous. There are women who started selling with us. They could not even bid. Right now they bid. They get big tenders through this program of Centenary Bank. So Centenary Bank is aimed at, through our Cente SupaWoman program, we look at elevating a woman from one level to another. Not only empowering them economically, financially, but also generally looking at the financial literacy. We want to have a whole woman who can stand and say, yes, I'm that superwoman.
Thank you so much, Madam Prossy. Now, what makes this program so unique from the rest of the similar programs that have been enrolled previously? What makes it so unique?
Thank you so much, Joseph. What makes SupaWoman unique? I've already mentioned that apart from just opening an account and you probably acquiring a loan, because we have quite a number of women who save with us but do not borrow. So we also interest them to borrow, because oftentimes when you borrow and you get that discipline that I must pay back this money, it's not mine. Yes, so it will help you. But apart from this program looking at just opening the account, as a bank, we do quite a lot for the women under the SupaWoman program. For example, we do organize networking events. I'll give an example. Assuming I'm a farmer, I have hens, but I may not know the right feeds where I can get them. So I could know in that networking event, I could know where I can pick the right feeds for my chicken. So we organize such networking events for our customers.
Networking.
Exactly. We organize and we call upon our women entrepreneurs banked with us, and we give them this opportunity to network. Everyone speaks about their programs. I'll give you another example. We have free legal aid that we give. This does not mean that you go and beat your husband, go and fight. No. We do not want to cause domestic violence. The issue here, when we say free legal aid, assuming you have a business and you don't know how exactly to go about it, you can get legal aid free of charge. They can advise you that, you know what, as a woman, you need to file returns. You need to pay tax. These are the advantages. Register your business. That free legal advice, we give it to the customers. So, the woman, for any woman who is out there and you have not yet joined the SupaWoman program, there is quite a lot that you're missing. We not only stop there, we go ahead and train. Financial education is provided to the women. As I've mentioned alone, last week alone, we trained quite, I think about 1,000. Because as I was in those 5 districts, we also had colleagues who were in some other 7 districts. So, when we are financially literate, we are able to make more informed financial decisions. Just imagine, how well would this nation be if we were all financially literate? We would not waste money. We would be probably even more developed than what we are. So under the SupaWoman program, we do not only look at just you bringing your savings and you save it, but we look at even giving you better interest. We have concessional rates if you want to fix money. We have insurance embedded on this program. We have that free legal aid, free financial literacy. It is really a broad program. So for any woman out there, join the SupaWoman program.
Since the program is interesting now, who is eligible? Someone could be watching us and is not sure whether they can as well benefit from this program. Who is eligible for this program?
Thank you so much, Joseph. Any woman out there who wishes to see their transformation, their lives being transformed financially, you're eligible. Be it an individual entrepreneur woman, be it a joint, like you, if you feel you do not have maybe the mandate, or you just feel you want to pick on a sister and have that joint mandate, you can still be there, you're welcome. Even a group is also eligible for this program. And remember, for the loans we have, if you choose to pick a loan, if the purpose for joining this program is to borrow, you can either use the channel of being an ordinary saver under the SupaWoman program, where you're even eligible to borrow to a tune of 5 million unsecured. As I started earlier on, I stated that one of the major challenges we have today for the women, faced by the women, is lack of collateral. So we are here to address that challenge. We are saying
a serious issue impeding women from accessing formal banking services.
Yes, it is. So we are here to say, dear woman entrepreneur who is out there, in case you need to borrow, start small. The challenge is not starting, but start from somewhere. In case you want to get a loan, which is collateral free, come to Centenary Bank and
Unsecured loans.
Yes, unsecured. We can look at what you do. As long as you have had this business for the last 3 months, we are good to go. We look at what you do and we say, okay, look here, Prossy, you want to take this loan, what do? You say, I'm in beekeeping. You say, I have my poultry farm. It has maybe 200 birds. And then we do not give you beyond what you can handle. You see?
How do you assess that?
No. We look at the capability, somebody's capability. Are you able to pay? Do you have the capacity to pay back? Do you have the collateral? If you don't have the collateral, for example, if you're into farming, we may not need the physical land title or no. We tell you that, for example, let's look at your business and see your business's worth. And when we look at your business's worth, we are able to judge that no, you wanted to borrow 5 million, but at the moment when we look at your records, we can give you 2. Because we do not want to strain you, and life has to continue. Remember, you may have fees to pay, you have a life to live, you have medical expenses, so we leave you with a breathing window. We don't want to bombard you with a big loan, which sometimes, yes, sometimes people don't like it, but it is good that you may ask for 5 million, and then we say no. According to how we have assessed, you can be eligible for 2. We don't want to strain you. So do the 2, finish, pay well, come back for more. We'll give you the 5, because we shall have seen that you really have the capacity to pay back. So we look at those other C's: collateral, capacity. What is your discipline like, financial discipline? Because credit history also matters a lot. Have you borrowed before? How did you behave with the previous loan?
Their financial history.
So oftentimes, even if you have not been saving with us and you want to borrow, we'll ask, can you get us a statement from your previous banker? Because this will show us how you have been paying previously. We do not want to bring you on board when you're a defaulter. Even
when
if you
escaped from another banking institution.
Exactly. Actually, it is escaping. So what I would like to emphasize here, dear women entrepreneurs, in case you take a loan and you fail to pay on time, you get any challenge, because challenges are the part and parcel of life. In case you meet an obstacle during your loan tenure, please speak to your loans officer. These are human beings, and some of them are even women. They will understand you as a fellow woman. Express your concerns.
That issue is automated. Once you miss, once you miss meeting the financial obligation, like if you're supposed to pay on such and such a date and you miss, I think it just goes on your file automatically.
Joseph, it is automated, true. But why would you wait for that date? Why would you wait for it to be automated? It is automated, it is in the system, because it also helps us as a bank to be able to recover our money. And remember, this is your money. The savers, people who save with us, this is your money that we are lending out. So why would you wait until that last minute? I would like to request the ladies out there, assuming you borrowed and you get an obstacle, you get a challenge. I'll give an example. We had one of our customers in one region, which I will not mention, and she was a person with disability. But when she borrowed, I think the people saw the business picking up, and within that very month, she had really made her business bigger, added in capital. They came and broke. They really broke into the shop. They dug, like somewhere, a hole within the wall, and took every asset for the lady. It was very unfortunate, but she was responsible enough. Do you know what she did? She reported. She went to the police, but she still went to the bank and informed the people that, look here, you gave me money a month ago. I packed, like I shopped, I did everything, added capital into beefed up my business. And these are the pictures when I had just gotten the loan. See the shop before, see the shop after, and see what it is today. She reported. And to be honest, we could not insist on her paying the bank. Yes.
Some banks don't even listen.
Because people don't air out their concerns. But the bankers are like to advise you that the people out there, the people you send to work in the bank, these are your children. These are your sisters or wives or brothers. So I'd like to request you, the way you get the guts to go and borrow, please pick the guts to explain to your loans officer in case of any challenge. Let them know that I have met this obstacle, because sometimes even insurance comes in. Remember, all those loans are insured. So why would you wait for the loans officer to become like an enemy to you? No. Please come out and speak in case you meet any challenge. It will be resolved amicably.
Literally, the lesson here is that even if it is such an secured loan, when something happens, you report. Yes, you report.
Yes,
because it gets back to your file, to your history,
and it affects you when you want to borrow in future, and you already have a red flag on your file. Whichever bank you go to, they'll be able to say that this one defaulted somewhere so many years ago. It is on your record. So can you keep your record clean, dear women entrepreneurs?
Thank you so much, Madam Prossy. Still talking about the Cente SupaWoman program. Could you please take us through what are some of these types or the packages the viewer watching us could be interested in?
Thank you very much, dear Joseph, and the viewers out there. We have the Cente SupaWoman. We call it Ordinary SupaWoman, which you can open for your dear wife. I'm assuming she's there. Or even your sister. So you can encourage your sister, your relatives, your female relatives to open the Ordinary Cente SupaWoman account. They only need to have a minimum of 20,000. 20,000, yes. Which you can even consume at CJ's in a day, and it's for lunch. But start your journey to becoming a more financially stable person with the Cente SupaWoman, Ordinary SupaWoman. Just need to have 20,000. You need to have your national ID and one passport photo. One other day we will ask for two. Yes. One passport photo, a national ID, and 20,000. That will be all for an ordinary Cente SupaWoman. And you're eligible to borrow, assuming you have a business and you meet the other criteria of having your business safe for the last 3 months. You have record of your business, because it helps us when it comes to lending. So assuming you meet the other criteria, you can borrow. If you open an ordinary Cente SupaWoman you're eligible to borrow up to 5 million collateral free.
Unsecured loan?
Yes, unsecured. Then the other kind of account we have is the executive kind of superwoman account. With the executive, now that one I cannot afford, it is 50,000.
On top of the national ID and what else? The
national ID, 20,000 and one passport photo.
On top of the national ID and the passport photo, an executive, for someone to go for the executive superwoman account,
yes,
they need 50,000.
Yes. So whereas the ordinary superwoman needs 20 to open the account, the executive superwoman needs 50,000, and they can borrow to a tune of 7 million. And I just want to make this clear to the viewers out there. When we say to a tune of 7 million, it does not mean that you automatically qualify for the 7. Or if I say for the ordinary saver who opened an account with 20, that you obviously qualify for the 5 unsecured. No.
You can still open up the executive Cente SupaWoman account and still qualify for the ordinary.
Yes, because it depends on how big your business could be. It depends on your credit history. It depends on your capability to pay back the loan. We cannot give you beyond what you can handle. For example, you may have opened an executive account with 50,000 and you would qualify to a tune of 7 million loan, collateral free. However, assuming we visited your business, we might find it that your business is worth giving 3 million or 4 instead of 7 at once. So take it easy. When the loan officer says, but maybe you need to start with a smaller loan, at least we look at your payment, because some of you are new at banking and we want to create this relationship. We want to know you. We do not want you to simply come and say, I want 5 million and we automatically give the 5. Remember, this is your money. We need to protect the money that we have, that savers keep with us, and we simply multiply it by lending it out. Then, we also have, you can either have an ordinary superwoman or executive. But even then, there are other categories. You can either choose to open a superwoman account as an individual. You can choose to be joint. Yes, no, joint, as in me and
Joint.
you, if you're a woman.
2 partners.
Yes, we can choose to open. Those ones, the initial deposit will also be 50 and the requirements are still the same. Each one of us will need a national ID, yes, and a passport photo. Then you can choose to be a group. When it's a group,
these are 4 categories. The ordinary, an individual, then there is the executive, now there is a category.
Individual can still either be ordinary or executive. Then we go to joint. So joint can either be 2 people who will also need, each one of them will need their ID, their passport photo, and between them they need 50,000 to open.
Not 100.
No. The 100 is for a group because we believe in pooling resources. We know you'll have pooled resources together, so 100,000 for a group of people, I think it is sufficient.
It's not too much.
Yes, it's not too much for a group to start with 100. So you can either open superwoman as an executive or an ordinary person, an individual, or joint like you and my sister, or you could choose, no, I can't give an example of Joseph. Me and my sister or my friend.
Perhaps we call it Josephine.
Josephine, for now we can adopt Josephine. We can either open an account, a joint one, Prossy and Josephine, not Joseph. Then you can also look into a group and you do that.
Is it possible if I previously came as an individual and now I want to join, but I already have a Cente SupaWoman account. Now I want to transition either to a group or something.
It is okay as long as you have the group members, you have the group bylaws guiding you, part of the group. You don't just say, fix me into that group. No. You should be part of the group, and the group bylaws already know you as a member in there. By the way, as Centenary Bank, you can have more than one account. Yes. As long as you're able to save on them and they do not go dormant, you can have more than one account. I'll give you an example. Personally, I have 2 Cente Junior accounts for my children, 2 of my children. Then I have a joint Cente Plus account. Then I belong to an investment club and I'm a signatory. I have an investment club account. Then I have a personal account. I also have a staff account. So you can have more than one account as long as you have justification to use them. Yes.
So how would these benefits differ from these categories? Like, what could be the difference between an executive Cente SupaWoman account from the group?
Thank you, Joseph. The main difference comes in the loan amounts. For example, if you opened an ordinary savings account, ordinary Cente SupaWoman account, you would qualify for the unsecured loan to 5 million. Whereas if you opened an executive one, you would be allowed to borrow to a tune of 7 million. Then, if it is a group, we can even give more depending on the purpose, and would again ask for collateral if it is a group, or would look at your savings and we lend you against your savings. You know, they strength in numbers. So once you come together to save in a group, there are advantages, of course, like strength in numbers. I'll give you an example. We have an investment club in the bank, which we joined as colleagues in the department. And our purpose was to buy land. So we bought land at the end of the year, and we split it 50 by 100, 50 by 100. Then each one of us was given a land title. Yes, at the end of the year. So my dear fellow women out there, join the groups. Not groups that simply sit there and speak about, like their business could be speaking about, others will be making others topics. But let us join groups that are going to enable us, prosper us, and elevate us from one level to another. You can get serious investment through a group.
Madam Prossy, there could be someone watching us. They could be having divergent, or should I call them divergent financial views, ambitions or something. Now, are they supposed to strictly look for someone with whom they share the same mutual interest, financial interest? Someone wants to invest in poetry, the other one wants to start up perhaps another business enterprise. Is it possible to group with someone, or to get together with someone and open up a group SupaWoman account when we don't share the same financial ambitions?
Thank you so much, Joseph. It is always important for us to look for business partners with whom we share same financial aspirations. It is very bad when you moving at different wavelengths. For example, you will say A, somebody instead of saying C will again say A. Then you will not move. If it is to use the numerical numbers, you want to say 1 and somebody says 2, the other says 3. Then instead of expecting a 4, somebody takes you back to 1. No. Always if you're to save or if you're to join a group, join people you think with whom you have similar financial aspirations. Yes, don't just join a group for the sake of it, because I know, I don't want to speak against groups, but I know there are groups that come together, they save, they help say people in need. Those ones are also okay. Assuming you lose a dear one, those ones are also okay. But let us join also groups. You can have that group, but let's join groups that are going to enable us to take stronger and bigger strides, bolder decisions, financial decisions that need to be made. For example, if you are in a group and you simply say, at the end of the year, you get your money and you go and enjoy Christmas, rethink. You may need to rethink. I've given you an example. For us, we joined a group, we saved money, and our purpose, we all knew the purpose of this group. At the end of the year, we bought land. Each one of us took a title, went away with a title 50 by 100 in your names. You know, even those of us who have formal employment, are you aware that you can ask yourself what value you've added yourself at the end of the year, and you can hardly point a finger? So this is why I say, look for groups, join groups, but join people with whom you have similar financial aspirations. And don't only join groups where you're going to get the money, save the money, eat it at the end of the year, and then go back to zero. You'll have done nothing. It's just what, like washing, and you still hang on the soil. So let us see progress. SupaWoman is for the women, progressive women who want to move from one level to another. I'll emphasize that as women entrepreneurs, let us join groups. Groups are very okay. Some groups help us in case of need. Some groups, we go there and get quick money we can borrow with ease. But desist from groups where you save. At the end of the year, they give you all your savings. You spend the way you want. And the other year, you go back to zero instead of having a continuation. So let us join groups with people with whom we have similar financial aspirations. They will propel us. Just imagine if I remained in that group and every year I get a 50 by 100. Would I even sit with you 5 years later?
There would be surely some progress.
Yes, and this is the kind of progress we want to show. You say, as I went to this bank, they trained me, I was empowered financially, this is where they got me, and now I'm here. It is very good.
All right, now after this break, I think we need a break. After this break, we shall come back with more about this Cente Show. For now, we shall take a quick one, and don't touch your remote. We shall be right back. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching the Uganda Catholic Television. Once again, my name is Joseph Kabalanja. This is the Cente Show. In the studios, I've been joined by Madam Prossy Namubiru, the manager, youth and women at Centenary Bank. She's taking us through the Cente SupaWoman program. Now, when we broke for the break, she was emphasizing the importance of women going for getting together with people with like-minded, entrepreneurial spirited people, like fellow women. So we would like to know now, Madam Prossy, if in other circumstances where someone previously they had mutual interest, but now they have switched their minds, they are no longer interested, they want to quit. Is there a possibility?
Thank you so much, Joseph, and thank you, dear viewers. To be honest, before you join any group, it is advisable that you look at the group, analyze the group, and see whether it really fits what you're looking for. Sometimes we join groups for social aspects. You just want to have fun, chill in the evening.
My friends have joined.
Aha. Since my friends have joined, then I'm also going to join my friends. But if you intend to inject in cash, first look, be keen, analyze the group and see if really your money that you're going to save with them is really what the group is worth saving with. So this is why we need to look out for people with similar, we may not be exactly the same, but with similar financial aspirations. Because I could be a woman who aspires to buy a car, like a truck, to to ferry my maybe goods from the garden 2 years from now. And I feel if I join a certain group, it will enable me to achieve that. Because there are groups where they buy items to support, to lift each other. And say this year, we are soliciting funds to do this for this woman. Next year, we raise money to do this for this one. Of course, they have the cap. They cannot buy, say, a car worth 200 million when your investment is 5 million. Yes. But look out for a group that you think you have the same dreams, you have the same financial aspirations. Don't just go to a group for the sake of joining a group. Yes.
The answer to this is as good as impossible.
So, assuming you want to leave a group, because there are so many reasons why people join groups and eventually leave groups. If you feel you want to leave a group, it could be that it's not addressing your needs that very moment. It could be that your perspective has changed, the look of things has changed. As a bank, we do a lot of research within the people whose money we save, for example, our customers. When you have a youth whose money is saved and the youth is between 25 to 30, they have different aspirations. They might want to save, but their financial aspirations are different from one who is 35. Because the other one will be looking at settling, looking more into family things. How do I develop my family? And this 25 is looking into which business can I start? Yeah. Can I get a car to take me around? So people have different financial aspirations. As a bank, we look into that and we try to design products that suit the different ages. By the way, Joseph, if you're not wedded, we can even give you a loan for wedding. Yes, we can.
Isn't that dangerous?
No, it isn't. Because we want you to be stable. You know, when you're stable at home, you even do stable things at work. You're seeing stress comes from when somebody is not stable at work. If possible, if you're at the same level you speak, ask how their evening was or how their night was. You might find they will open up and be like, don't tell me trash, which is bad. So we want to help you to settle. A settled home creates a settled mind at work. We even have those loans that will help you to attain that settlement.
We are going to arrange,
yes.
I think, another edition about that. It could be quite interesting.
Yes, it is. But if you want to leave a group, of course you have reasons why you want to leave. Maybe your aspirations are not met. It is okay. But the major issue that breaks the groups, most so people who save resources, who pull resources together, the main one is trust. People lack trust. They don't trust each other. They feel they are going to die tomorrow. And they keep asking, but what if I die tomorrow? My money, what if? Huh? Why don't you believe that you'll live? You live and live long. That what if attitude is spoiling everything. Go in there, save. You see somebody seated under a tree, enjoying the shelter. And you wonder if our grandparents had not planted the tree, where would you sit? So, save, regardless of whether you're dying tomorrow, because you don't know your plan, you don't have the calendar for your life. Invest. What if you don't invest and you live longer? So, there is no question there. The issue is join a group of people with similar financial aspirations, save and later invest. And will support you to walk a journey.
Thank you so much, Madam Namubiru. Now, surrounding the loans surrounding this SupaWoman program, could you please take us through these loans? What kind of loans do we expect here for which category?
Thank you so much, Joseph. As a bank, we have quite a variety of loans. Depending on what you need, we have the Cente SupaWoman loan, which you can borrow without collateral or unsecured for either 5 million. If you open an ordinary SupaWoman account, you can borrow up to 5 million unsecured, or you could open as an executive account and you're eligible to borrow to a tune of 7 million. However, we do not stop on that. We have other loans. For example, in the bank, we also have the Cente SupaWoman Grow Loan. Cente SupaWoman Grow Loan. These are grow. People now know it popularly as grow loan. But our code name is Cente SupaWoman Grow Loan. And it has enabled us to reach out to more women because it has a cheaper interest rate of only 10%. 10%. And any woman having a small business, for us we lend even the women in the markets. Sometimes other banks may look at them as, now with this one, what collateral are they going to provide? For us, that is our niche. That woman made Centenary. That woman with the small savings. That man made us what we are. Remember the origin of Centenary Bank. People raised shares. They raised money in the church, through the church, bought shares, and now we have a mighty institution called Centenary Bank. So we do not despise humble and small beginnings. That is why we can reach out to the markets. We go and tell the women, we are here for you. We want to handhold you. We want to walk a journey with you, and we'll be able to lend you. So we go. We verify if it is their store, we lend to them. 2 million. Some banks some institutions may not lend like 2 million. For us, we go that low. From 100 million, 100,000, sorry, we can lend. So if you're there and you think your business is small, the bank may not lend to you. Please, Centenary Bank is here for you.
What is the repayment plan, like the period?
It depends. For example, for a woman who has borrowed 100,000, they might tell you that for me what I need is I'll be able to pay back this in a month. So every week, every evening maybe, I'll give you this. We call them nano loans. I'll be able to pay this much every evening. After sale, I'll give you this much. I'll deposit this much. We give them that window. In a month or 3 months, they pay back and we're okay with them. You'll be surprised when we look into our portfolio, our women portfolio. We have women who started borrowing as low as 2 million, but now take even a billion. A billion. A billion. They kept on taking bigger and bigger, getting better and bolder. Now they borrow really big.
Starting from 2 million,
yes,
they are now at 2 billion.
A billion.
To a billion.
Yes. So, as a bank, we have different types of loans. Apart from the SupaWoman, I've also talked about the Cente SupaWoman, rather Grow Loan, through which we are also able to reach out and lend to women as low as 1 million for the Grow Loan. For the SupaWoman Ordinary and other products in the bank, we can lend you from 100,000. But for the Cente SupaWoman Grow Loan, at least from 2 million, because it is a government program that it has limits from 2 million to 200 million at only an interest of 10%. But listen, there's something good about it, other than the lower interest rate. You pay well 6 months within the loan tenure. They give you back 5% of what is outstanding on your loan. To thank you for paying well. It's called the Grow Bonus or rebate.
Once you pay 6 months?
Yes, assuming I'm a borrower on that program, and I borrow, say 1 million, no, 2 million, okay. And I say I'll pay back the 2 million within 24 months, those are 2 years. So if I pay well the first 6 months and I have not defaulted in any way, I've paid on time. So that means I'll have a balance of 1 million if I took 2 million. So that 1 million, they will give me 5% of that 1 million just to thank me. Thank you for paying well, Prossy.
Wow.
The money will come into my account. Yes.
I think this promotes financial discipline and integrity.
Yes, it does. Just a token of appreciation for you to pay well. Remember, loan payment is your obligation. But then somebody comes ahead and says, thank you for paying well.
Thank you for fulfilling your financial obligation.
Thank you for fulfilling your financial obligation.
That is
and
so...
then, If you're there and your business is not registered, it can also be registered free of charge. Just say, I'm here, I fear URSB, I don't know where to find URSB, I don't even know how to start registering a company or a business. Please support me. Centenary Bank is saying we are here for you. Through this program, we should be able to support you, register your business. Even those that have failed to get, say, seals, you want to get a UNBS seal to certify that you...
Certified seal, the one they always put on the product.
For example, you could be doing cottage business. You have your juice from home and you want to take it out there to sell it, but it doesn't have a seal, so you can't bring it big supermarkets like Quality, where. They'll help you get that seal. Free of charge. Free of charge. Even those women who are bigger and want to import but have made obstructions along the way, please come. Centenary Bank is here. We are going to see you through this journey. So, any women entrepreneurs who are there, even if you at one time visited Centenary Bank and you were told the money is exhausted, because honestly, we used to receive money in tranches. The money is too small for the need. But we told many of them that we have exhausted the funds. I'm here to tell you today, we have the money. Visit any branch. Yes, we have the money.
Money will come.
No.
Money has finally come.
Money is here. Please, you have any business challenge, come to Centenary Bank. You have any obstacle, any challenge, can you imagine paying and you pay well and they say thank you? Where will you find it?
Thanking you for fulfilling your financial obligations.
I would like to call upon the women entrepreneurs out there. Let us learn to seize the moment or the opportunity while it still exists. For example, if we are saying today we'll handhold you, we'll give you a bonus. Never know, next year we'll say that scheme ended. We don't give the bonus for paying well. Why don't you enjoy the moment while it still exists? Let's take these opportunities. Let's register our businesses. Because if you are to deal with any authentic organization, for example, you want to come and supply, even if it is food in Centenary Bank, you should be registered.
As a service provider?
Yes, as a service provider. So, what is it that is hindering you from registering your business? Are you afraid of going to URSB? We are here to walk a journey with you to URSB. Are you failing because of making returns? You fear URA will come? We are here to handhold you and make sure that you become
legal
a better
assistance.
woman. Yes, there is legal assistance. And I do not want women to look at this legal assistance because we also work with FIDA. They might think that, now FIDA is entering into my family affairs. No, it is business related legal. Yes. Even if you have challenges that are affecting the business but are arising out of the challenges back home, they will also be addressed.
Quickly, could you please take us through the requirements? But someone has already opened up a Cente SupaWoman account. Now they need the loan.
Thank you very much. You already have an account with us, and what you need now is a loan. You just need to present, you need to have your national ID. That is really critical. Because
I already presented it when I was opening the account.
Yes, now you want to borrow. We are not going to use it for purposes of just looking and verifying who you are, but we can also use it to track your credit history. Yes. So have your national ID with you, have 2 guarantors with you. You may not carry them to the bank, but you need to have the forms, and you take them to the people you trust and also people that trust you and believe in you. They sign for you. Then credit history, I'll emphasize here, women entrepreneurs, credit history is really key.
Let us briefly say about the guarantors. Are they supposed to be also from Centenary Bank? Are they supposed to be clients?
Yes, please. Guarantors must be Centenary Bank customers. They may not be borrowing, but they should be Centenary Bank customers. And the reason is simple. There is a form you sign as a guarantor, in which you give us the mandate that assuming we fail to get the borrow, then we get to you. And we might have to get to your account. This way, this is why most people do not want to be guarantors for others. But by the time, for example, Joseph, would you fail to be a guarantor to your sister?
No.
Why?
Because I know I can get her, or I can even stand in for her.
And you trust her.
I trust her.
So it is the same thing. I'm calling upon the women out there, have a good reputation, have good credit history. I believe if I wanted to borrow, I cannot fail to get to guarantors. Because they also believe that I should be able to pay back, and I will pay back. So let us work on our credit history, dear women out there. Women entrepreneurs, we've taken strides, big strides in businesses. There are so many businesses that are really prospering and making ends out there because of a woman. But let's work on our credit history. Getting a guarantor should not be an issue. And then somebody should not be afraid of being your guarantor because they think you might default. No. This is now going back to us, our personal financial discipline. How do you manage the money you have gotten? Sometimes we have challenges. You get a loan today, you first go and buy 5 kgs of meat. And you're like, off the loan. You don't know how I've struggled. Let me get this meat today and enjoy it. You request a loan for business, you first pay school fees. Let's learn to separate these things. We have emergency fund, separate from school fees, business, investment fund. There is no way you tell us that school fees is an emergency. No. You knew it was coming. They would go back to school after 3 months or after a month, after 2 weeks.
That you knew, you had a full year.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you cannot call it an emergency fund. Devise other means. Desist from that habit of tapping into the emergency fund for non-emergent issues. If you have decided to invest, this business is yours. Just nurture it the way you would nurture a child. Give it time. Maybe as a piece of advice, sometimes women, we have a challenge. You start your business, you don't give it time. You employ a young, youthful girl or boy to take care of the business. They understand the business better than you do.
The owner.
The owner.
They understand the business better than the property.
Because you don't give it time. But for you, whenever there is an activity, for example, there is a social, there is an activity here. Let's go and do this. You're there. You never give an apology. You're always there. Who is attending to your business? Who understands it better than you? It is your dream. You're the dream bearer. This is why I want to call upon ladies out there. Let us put more time in our businesses. When you start a business, nurture it the way you would nurture a child. You should know your records clear. If you borrowed this much, this is how much interest I'm paying out of this loan. Don't simply be tricked into because you want quick money. Sometimes you go to a lender, they lend you money, but the interest is even bigger than the loan you borrowed. So please go to a bank, sit with the loans officer, try to understand. So if I borrowed this much, how much interest am I bringing back in a year?
Thank you so much, Madam Prossy, for that advisory message. Now, we need to go back to the requirements. Someone watching us before we run out of time.
Please, if you want to borrow, have your national ID, have 2 guarantors, have a good credit history, have a business which has existed at least for the past 3 months. The rest is history. Those are key. Because your capacity to pay back, that one we shall be able to tell when we visit the business. Yes. But have a business which has existed at least for the last 3 months, have your national ID with you, have 2 guarantors, have an account. Because when you borrow, we are not going to give you the cash that please carry this basket of money, this is your loan. No, we shall have to credit the money on the account and then debit every month, or as the loan supposes. Because there are loans that we give and they have a grace period, they pay after, say, a year, after 6 months. So it will depend on the type of loan you are taking. But have an account, it is crucial.
Thank you so much, Madam Prossy. Now, apart from the financial services, particularly this loan, you've given me the loan, I've pocketed it. How else do I benefit from this program, the Cente SupaWoman program?
Thank you so much, Joseph.
I heard of legal advice and legal, perhaps some support.
Thank you, Joseph, and thank you, dear viewers. At Centenary Bank, we have quite a lot of non-financial support that we provide. I'll begin with what Joseph mentioned. He said we provide, and I'd like to emphasize that we do legal aid, free legal aid. If you start out there, you even fear. Some of us have phobia for lawyers or courts. We don't know where to start from. But we have lawyers who can even walk to your business and give you free advice, all courtesy of Centenary Bank. We do networking opportunities where we link, say, the buyer to the seller. We have market linkages. We provide you with free financial literacy and education because we want to empower you. When you're knowledgeable, when you're informed, you'll make more informed financial decisions.
Thank you so much, Madam Prossy. She has said it all. For our women out there, this is your time to shine. The opportunity should be taken immediately because it is still lasting, but we are not sure for how long it will run. Perhaps, Madam Prossy, if you could have some more final remarks regarding we are already in the Women Month. Yeah, could you have some parting shots as we close this conversation?
Thank you so much, Joseph. Dear viewers, I would like to thank and appreciate all the women entrepreneurs out there, be it big or small. However small, don't despise yourself. The issue is you have started on something. You're far much better off than somebody who has not yet started. So I would like to appreciate you. Then to all our female customers, thank you so much. This is our month. Let's go and shine. Those of you who have hesitations, reasons not to borrow, please come to Centenary Bank. We'll take away all those other factors that are preventing you from borrowing, because people who have borrowed have done bigger and bolder things. They are actually better now. So I also want to thank and appreciate the female staff at Centenary. You're doing a great job. Kudos to you. My supervisors, GM Beatrice, she has enabled me to be here today because she directly handles communications for the bank. Then I want to thank all my GMs, my colleagues that I work with to support the women portfolio. I want to thank you once again. I remain Prossy Namubiru, the manager in charge of the youth, women and refugees at Centenary Bank.
Thank you so much, Madam Prossy, for showing up. I think in the same spirit, I also request that you allow me thank the team that has been behind the production of this wonderful show. Equally, I commend the viewers who have stayed with us since we began the show to the very end. My name is Joseph Kavala. I remind you to follow us on all our social media handles, just in case you fail to catch up with the TV broadcast. That always airs on Azam, Zuku, and currently on GoTV. For now, I beg you to sign out. I'm Joseph Kabale. Have the best of your time.